Am I the a-hole for saying my memory book is not some family project? I, 17 male, lost my dad 10 years ago. When he got sick, he started a memory book with me so that I could hold on to the memories. He did one for my sister too, but she wasn't as into it and was more into videos he made of himself. But for me, the memory book was everything, and after he died, I continued adding to it. Any memory I had of my dad or family, I would add. Sometimes something came back when I found a random photo or something. Then I included memories with my sister after dad. Sometimes I included some memories of mom, but after dad died, my relationship with her was harder. She thought we needed another dad, and because we said we didn't want another dad, she was angry with us a lot. She tried to rush a couple of relationships, but they failed when the guy realized he was not getting an insta-happy family. 5 years ago, my mom met her husband, John, and they merged families. John was a single dad of 3 kids, technically. He has 4 kids, but one is not in his life. John's 3 kids do not have involved mom, so my mom has stepped up to be their mom. They call her mom. John has tried to step up to be mine and my sister's dad, but we see him as just a stepdad. John's kids are just step siblings, and I don't love John and his kids. I don't hate or dislike them, but I wouldn't ever include them in my memory book, for example. And that's what this is about. My step-siblings were in my room when I was in school a couple of weeks ago, and they found the memory book. They wanted to know why I had it and why I didn't have photos of their dad or them. My mom heard them ask those questions, and she demanded to look through it. While mom was going through it, my step-siblings said they wanted to add their own stuff, and I said no, it's not for them. Mom told me not to say that kind of thing to them, and then she told me it should be something that shares memory of our whole family. I told her it was my personal thing. She took away for a few days, and my sister stole it back, and then I asked my grandpa to hold on to it for me. Mom and John sat me down and said it's not acceptable that I have a memory book that's clearly about my family when I don't include my whole existing family. They said my step-siblings were very upset that I wouldn't add them or let them take part. They then said it should be a family thing, and Mom insisted I hand it back over and we all work on it together. I told them it's not a family project, it's mine. It's for me and my way of documenting memories of the people I love, and they will not take it away from me. John was so pissed and said, "Oh, so it's like that? So you don't love us?" Mom told me, and she and John had the right to say what was or wasn't a family project, and once it's in their home, that's their decision. She also told me I was disrespectful for talking back. They also told me it was time to man up. Am I the a-hole? Top comment. Not the a-hole. This was something special between you and your dad. They can't just take it over because of their wants. They can make their own memory book if they want, but keep your memory book to yourself. I would keep it at Grandpa's because I could see them steal it, ruining it with their own stuff. And I definitely agree, because I don't understand like people who are just so malicious towards their innocent children, because why is this mom acting like this? She's literally trying to, be rude and disrespectful to her own damn son over what? To impress a man? It's really not that deep. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband to shut the F up when he told me to stop breastfeeding? I, 25 female, and my husband, 26 male, had our baby 5 months ago. We both live together. I've always been exclusively breastfeeding, which has been tough, not going to lie. I have breastfed in public, but I never do it openly. I openly breastfeed in my own home. We haven't had anyone over since we brought our baby home. My husband brought up the idea of his friends coming over again on the weekend like he did before. I get along with his friends, and he brought them over every other Saturday or Sunday, so I didn't have a problem with this. Last Sunday, his friends came over, and they were playing video games. I usually just hang out on the couch while they do their thing, or just hang out in the bedroom. I hang out in the bedroom breastfeeding my baby, and I got hungry, so I went into the kitchen to get something. You can see into the kitchen from the living room, but I didn't think it would be a big deal since I was literally just feeding our baby. My husband and his friends noticed me, but his friends just looked over and just continued what they were doing. And my husband looked pissed, and he came into the kitchen and whispered to me to please don't breastfeed right now, right here. I told him I was hungry and this is our home and I don't need to cover up. He kept pleading with me to just go back upstairs. I told him to shut the F up. He got pissed off and told me doing that around his friends is weird. His friends obviously heard this and they were awkwardly listening. I was so pissed off and upset I just went back into the room and just waited for everyone to go home. My husband has been pissed off since this, and he told me he will probably not bring them back here again if I'm going to do that, and that I made his friends feel uncomfortable. I don't know if what I did really was weird or not, but I didn't have a wrong intention. I'm just breastfeeding. Am I the a-hole? Personally, you guys, I think it's very funny how people, and just in society in general, likes to is it demonize? I don't know, likes to act like, what do you call it, women breastfeeding in public or women breastfeeding other people is so nasty and immodest and disgusting thing to do. But society normalized women going to the beaches with bikinis, like tiny bikini tops with boobs hanging out, almost about to fall out. Models on photos of pictures of them in the mall with boobs almost falling out. Watching explicit, what do you call it, videos, adult videos with breast fully out. But God forbid a woman breastfeeds. And then not everybody wants to play the whole, oh, what about modesty? What about this? What about this? What about that? Like, yeah, I don't care about any other time. But as soon as a woman uses her boobs for what she actually is supposed to be using it for, which is to breastfeed and nurture her child, then now it's an issue. And now it's a modesty issue. I don't know, but what do you guys think? Am I the a-hole for yelling at my mom for continuing to discuss my grieving brother's love life? For context, I, 21 female, am currently living with my older brother, 31 male, as he lives near the university I attend. We were always close just by our age gap. He sadly lost his wife 5 years ago in a car accident. They had 3 kids, 11 male, 9 female, and 6 male. Since then, my brother has thrown himself into his work, and part of the reason I wanted to live with him was to help him out with my nephew's niece, who due to our ages are more like younger siblings to me. My brother has never shown any interest in dating again, and has told our family many times that he doesn't plan on remarrying or moving on, especially to our mom, who's always trying to set him up with some friend's daughter or another. Right now, she's visiting for a few weeks. When my brother came home from work last night, we were sitting around for a bit after the kids went to sleep. My mom started with her usual asking if there was anyone new in his life, which there wasn't, and then moved on to the, I know you still miss her, but it's been so many years. Your poor kids are so sad because they don't have a mom. Don't you think that you should do something about that? Angela's daughter just got her MBA, and she just went on for a bit. It was very uncomfortable as I could see my brother didn't want to have this conversation again. He got up and excused himself. She turned and asked me what was wrong with him, and I basically told her that she needed to stop acting like such an overbearing heartbeat. I never heard of that word before. Heartbeat. And that's why he hasn't moved back home, and she needs to stop pushing this on him. She yelled at me for not thinking of my niece and nephews and wanting him to die alone. I said that at least I was the one thinking about his feelings and not a new wedding to plan. She went upstairs upset, and later my dad also called, I guess. She told him what happened. He said that I was very disrespectful and that my mother was just trying to look out for my brother. I should have just stayed out of it, and that she was really hurt. Now I feel bad because I know she means well. My words may have been unnecessarily harsh, but I don't know. Because living with my brother, I have seen how much he misses and loves my late sister-in-law. And my mother's insistence just seems cruel. My brother tells me how this all bothers him, but he's given up trying to tell our mom. Am I the a-hole for telling her, or should I have minded my own business? I feel like she's not the a-hole, and I don't think the mom is a big a-hole, because I feel like she just wants her son to be happy and just to move on with his life and to be with someone new again and to find new love and new happiness. But I feel like at some point, if someone tells you to leave them alone, you probably should just leave them alone.